evening, and God rest ye merry, gentle viewers. Tonight, QI is going to the Dickens with E for Empire. In the old curiosity shop, we have great expectations of Joe Brand. Our mutual friend, Sean Locke. That witty Chuzzle Martin, Bill Bailey. And getting his knickers in one Oliver twist, Alan Davis. Really worked that. Well, it's nearly Christmas, so let's hear some carols. Bill goes...
Deck the halls with crowns of flowering.
Lovely. Joe goes...
The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown.
Sean goes...
Ding dong, merrily a-hiding, and the bells are ringing.
And Alan goes...
Oh, Carol!
Just not trying, are you? So, don't forget to keep your eyes and ears peeled for an elephant in the room.
Oh,
Yeah. If you see one, then you're looking at one big Christmas bonus. So, to our first question. What did Queen Victoria think of Mr. Bean?
The holly and the
Yes.
ivy.
We are not amused.
So soon. Albert would have liked it because he was German, and the Germans are mad for Bean.
That's true.
I was on a Lufthansa flight once, and everyone was howling with laughter all around me with headphones in. I couldn't understand why, and I looked, and they were all watching Bean.
Yeah.
They love it.
There's a certain efficiency about it. Yeah, he does something and falls over. It's very amusing. Before, he was walking in the straight lines, and he walked into the door.
And that's
Genius!
This is what happens when you print the rules.
Sometimes I stay up very late.
Can I take this off?
Of course you can. Of course you can take it off, old thing, yes. Is it uncomfortable?
They all lot.
It's Sean Locke.
I suspect it's not that Mr. Bean.
No,
Is there
it
another Mr. Bean?
It was a man called John Bean, who was one of 3 people who tried to do something to Queen Victoria just in the 4th year of her reign, when she was a very slip of a thing.
Take her roughly behind the bike shed.
No, or indeed invent the bicycle and then invent the shed with the...
Sell her tea towels door to door.
Kiss her on the mouth.
Quite the other.
Oh,
Kiss her on the arm.
I mean...
Is that a request? Is that you phrase it?
If you're the Queen, you can get anything done, can't you, really? You there, kiss me on, all right.
As much as kissing someone is a friendly act, these were unfriendly.
Surely he didn't turn down her advances with knockers like this.
Oh, how could you?
Kicked her in the shins.
No, 3 times in
Tried to
1842
murder her.
they tried to assassinate her, tried to kill her. And there was one called Mr. Bean who had a gun and he filled it with wads of tobacco, which didn't really do much harm.
Was he trying to give her cancer? I'd like the idea of Mr. Bean trying to assassinate someone by clumsiness. You know? Just, making a cup of tea, and the whole house collapses, the palace falls. Everywhere he goes, it's basically a sort of tornado of disaster, isn't it?
Mayhem.
I went in a remote Australian sheep station once, and the bloke went, "Yeah, you ever watched that Mr. Bean?" And I went, "Yeah," and he goes, "That bloke's a bloody idiot."
That's fabulous.
He goes, yeah, he wouldn't last 5 minutes in the bush. well, no, clearly not.
Yeah, there you are. They're all rather sort of carry-on names. There was one foiled by a PC trounce.
Hence the name after that.
Maybe.
Perhaps it was. He invented the trounce.
The trounce.
I trounce your assassination attempt with my trouncing stick.
Another assassin called John Francis was described by Prince Albert as a thorough scamp.
Thorough scamp.
A thorough scamp.
Well, so someone tried to assassinate his wife, and he said, "You scamp."
Thorough scamp. Thorough scamp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, tough. 7 years was the maximum for trying to assassinate the Queen in those days.
Really?
Yeah. The line, "We are not amused," was reported in the notebooks of a spinster lady, published in 1919. But she had a childish sense of humour. In fact, was amused by lots of things.
Yeah, but especially the little crowns. She liked them.
She loved little crowns. So anyway, yes, Queen Victoria took a rather dim view of John Bean, one of the many people who tried to assassinate her early in her reign. What was Victoria's secret? What was Victoria's deadly secret?
A man.
She had a deadly secret. Well, no, she wasn't
Did
a man.
she keep a load of snooker balls in a sock? Under there. Anyone get it? What happened to him?
It's a wonderful idea.
Was she just sort of poisonous or something? She killed someone?
Well, indirectly, not meaning to, of course. There was something about her that was not exactly infectious.
She an alien?
No.
She was a carrier.
Carrier of...
haemophilia.
She was a carrier of haemophilia, and so infected every single royal house in Europe. All the royal houses of Europe have had haemophiliacs. Most have had haemophiliac deaths. Her own son, Prince Leopold, died of haemophilia. Only women can carry it but can't be haemophiliac, except under very strange circumstances where their mother is a carrier and their father is a haemophiliac. But usually it's the men in the family.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah.
Our favourite illness, number 1, haemophilia.
Oh! It's a defective X chromosome, in fact, that causes it. Her daughter Alice, Princess of Saxe-Coburg, married and had a daughter, Alexandra, who was the Tsarina of Russia. And many people believe it precipitated the Russian Revolution. The fact that, therefore, her son, the Tsarevich, Alexei, was a haemophiliac. And that's what got Rasputin involved with the royal family. And that enraged so many people that in the force of the revolution gathered. So maybe if Queen Victoria had not been a haemophiliac, there wouldn't have been a 1917
Was he
revolution.
the lover of the Russian queen?
Rah, Raspi. Well, they say he was.
Russia's love machine.
Certainly. When we
where I
come in
learned
many
my
years'
history.
time, when we're all in our dotage, we come to the letter R, we'll cover Rasputin. But it was pretty extraordinary, his life, and his death was even more extraordinary, wasn't it? They poisoned him, they shot him, they drowned him in the lake, and he still wouldn't die. He was a very...
Still singing that bloody
He's still singing. Yeah.
And then eventually the red light in his eye just flickered and went.
That's it, exactly. He was finally crushed.
will die.
He was.
Death of Rasputin by Bill Bailey.
What's Bill doing? I can't move my head.
You've got your own private cyborg chair there. I'm very honoured.
Actually, this collar's pushing out. It's starting to hurt my ears. Yeah. Instead of pushing up, it's going to have sore under ears later.
Your ears are very big. They're shown off for their full majesty in that outfit, I have to say.
You're going bald.
Yeah.
Really, children.
I was trying to pay him a compliment without mentioning the
Where's
thinning
that
jet.
compliment? You've got big ears.
You've got big ears. You've got very big ears.
I know I've got big ears.
Huge ears. You're like a pork butcher for the 1950s.
Coming now. Children, we must be the Christmas spirit. Come on, remember. Remember the date. But one of the theories that has been put forward is the oddity of the fact that until her son died of haemophilia, there'd been no haemophilia in the Hanover family or her family at all. So either one of her parents had a 1 in 50,000 gene mutation, or she was the illegitimate daughter of a haemophiliac. So...
I'm looking forward to next week's Heat magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
They're going to go crazy with that little tidbit, aren't they?
Yes. Queen Victoria was responsible for the fact that all the royal families of Europe carry the gene for haemophilia. Now, at last, you may think, in the E-series, we finally come to a question that you've all been waiting for on erotica.
Oh.
What kind of behaviour was forbidden in the secret museum of pornography?
Flash photography.
Flash photography, very good.
Was it fisting?
3 innocent little words that somehow...
I'm sorry,
was it fisting? Queen Victoria just said, was
I would
it
like
fisting?
to quote you. The Queen would like to know, was it fisting?
From what I I know of myself, Queen Victoria was well up for it, wasn't she? And she was,
She had about 28 children, didn't she?
She had a lot of children. When she was a young girl, she was full of laughter and fun and loved dancing and music and was quite sportive. And, yeah, she wrote saucy letters sometimes. I mean, not saucy, but, I mean, you know, she showed she had a twinkle in her eye occasionally, I suppose.
Who's Frank Lampard looking at through that keyhole?
Is that how you view the Museum of Pornography?
Not... No, to be honest.
Tiny museum. Get into a keyhole.
As we go
strange.
through the keyhole.
You can't do many, but they're good.
So, to come back to the Museum of Pornography, there's something that's forbidden. That
No school trips.
No.
Well, it was opened in Naples.
You can't have your packed lunch near the dildos, kids.
It's got to be something to do with Catholicism or the mafia.
Not that, actually. What were they discovering around about the early part of the 19th century?
Pompeii.
In Naples, Pompeii. They were excavating Pompeii, and they discovered, the first thing almost everything they discovered about Pompeii was pornographic. The first thing they found was a great statue of Pan shagging a goat, and then the whole thing is festooned with filthy graffiti, disgusting...
Absolute filth.
You know, graffiti just saying about Ericus has the biggest knob in Pompeii, and then someone writes underneath, it's not as big as my brother's, and then someone else... I mean, it's just everything. It's clearly sexually vibrant place.
It's not as crude in Latin, is it?
Somehow not.
It doesn't make you go, oh, grow up. Someone's just written wank.
Yeah. They
Wank
use the...
cassitum. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so they got all the sexy stuff as they saw it and put it into a museum of pornography. Have a look at some of the most lovely buttocks ever committed to marble. It's known as the Venus Calipigos, the Venus with the beautiful bottom. That is a very nice art. Even I'm no expert on the female anatomy, would say that is a very beautiful bottom.
She's looking around. You are going to like put like a whole load of clothes around there, aren't you? When you finish this.
What's that? Does she come out of the toilet and not notice her skirt's caught in her ear?
According to Dr. David Holmes, who's a psychology lecturer at Manchester Metropolitan University, there is a formula to describe the beauty of a bottom.
Is it?
Yeah, it is S plus C times B plus F all over T minus V.
That mean nice shame about your face?
Almost looks as if it could. S stands for overall shape. C is circularity. B is bounciness. F is firmness. T is skin texture. And V is the ratio of hips,
like a right
hips
old
to waist.
perv, doesn't it?
It does a bit.
I've just been noticing your bottom, and I've done some sums. Say that
Crack the formula.
it's mathematically, absolutely perfect.
Well, there you are. That's bottoms for you. And what you weren't allowed to do, you haven't told me yet.
Oh.
Comment on them. Become aroused.
Well, arousal was
Talk.
included.
Say anything.
Laugh.
Laugh.
Laugh. If you laughed, you were ejected. That's the point. You're supposed to take a serious scholarly appreciation of this as antiquity. And if you either laughed or became aroused...
Not laughing.
Yes.
Not laughing!
You're laughing. And the biggest stiffer cock is not funny. It's not funny, all right?
You're smiling. You're going to laugh now? No!
Anyway, even today, you can't go to that. It was bricked up in the later 19th century, the pornography museum part of it. It's still there in Naples, but you have to get a special permit and you can only go in with a guide. But the fact is, anyway, to return to our theme, that the secret museum of erotica contained all the smutty stuff from Pompeii that you weren't allowed to laugh at it. That's the point. So, why was it easier to put your boots on in the dark between 1600 and 1800?
Well, people's eyes were better with the dark, weren't they? Because there wasn't so much electric light. People were like owls, weren't they? Big eyes. We were a lot shorter then, but had massive eyes.
It was easier to put your boots on in 1600 than it was in 1400, though. Why is that?
Zips.
Nope.
Was there a big drop in boot thieves around 1600?
They were luminous.
They weren't luminous.
Were they both the same? So
They
it
were
didn't
both the
matter?
same. Well done, Joe Brown. That's exactly it. There were no lefts or rights for those 200 years. So it didn't matter which one you picked up, you could just put your boots on. Before that, you had lefts and rights in boots. And then after that, you had lefts and rights, as we do to this day.
Well, what prompted the sudden...
Well, it was heels, you see, because they couldn't really make heeled boots in a left and right shape. It was just too difficult. But that's the reason. So in the dark, you could just shove on whichever boot came first and know that it wouldn't matter.
Did it extend to the whole world, the whole
Of
life,
China?
left and right? There was no left and right in anything. They just abandoned the notion of left and
Although
right.
I don't. Yes.
For 200 years. Where is it? Up there? I don't know. There.
Yeah, we have an expert who'd been telling us about this, who comes from a place called the Northampton Museum and Art Gallery, and Rebecca Shawcross is the Shoe Heritage Officer, and she gave us all this information.
She's an officer of Shoe Heritage.
Shoe Heritage Officer.
Does she get to carry a gun?
I hope so. I would imagine. I'm sure she would.
Keswick Pencil Museum. That's pretty good.
Is it in Keswick?
Yeah, it's great.
2 B's and 2 H's and everything in between.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's places you can draw. And, it's brilliant.
In Reykjavik, there's a penis museum. There is. I'm not making it up.
Whose penises do they have in there?
I've not visited it.
A blue whale? Perhaps a blue whale's penis.
Yeah.
One of the lot.
It's different species, exactly. That's the point, yeah.
I wonder if Bjork's got anything to do with it.
She does the audio commentary as it's going round.
And then you see a penis, and then she goes...
Well,
Gift shop
yeah,
would be good, wouldn't
for 200 years... For 200 years, and for 200 years only, really, left boots were exactly the same as right boots. Now, what are these? What are they?
Oh, these are...
They prototype darlings.
Wait a minute.
You've got the elephant. Absolutely right.
Bloody hell, I said elephant, I didn't wave my elephant.
Yeah, I think we
could
may
never
be
get it
kind.
right.
As it's Christmas, we'll be kind to Tiny Tim.
Is that just after the elephant was frightened?
Jumped on his boots.
Why have they got shoes for an elephant?
Because they're very sensitive in captivity. Elephants, especially elephants at work or in circuses and things like that, they can get terrible abrasions on the soft underbite. They have rather soft areas under there.
But I've never, ever seen an elephant with any shoes
Would
on.
you like
Have
to?
you?
I would like to.
Well, we'll show you. There is,
I'd love
in
it if
fact...
one came in.
Joe, how could you turn that down? Elephant shoes. Would they be difficult to put on? Would the elephants be quite, you know...
They would have been much easier to put on between 1400 and 1600.
VG. They were tailor-made. Each one was made specifically for each particular foot of each particular elephant. There you are. And now, joy to the world! 'Tis the season to deck the halls with general ignorance, so fingers on buzzers, if you please. Let's start with a cover-up. Why did Victorians put covers on the legs of pianos?
The holly and the
Joe got there first.
ivy.
Because they thought they were too rude to look at.
Almost the words we had in mind. Exactly.
In case they're warped.
Kind of that, to protect them is the answer, yes. This idea that Victorians were prudish about piano legs or furniture legs is actually nonsense. What's quite interesting about their whole piano leg thing is that Victorians laughed at Americans because they thought Americans were prudish and that it was an American thing to cover piano legs out of modesty. Because Americans are extremely Puritan. Well, they were founded by Puritans in some ways, the culture,
Yes,
wasn't
they are,
it?
very
I mean, they
conservative.
changed words like titbit to tidbit because it's, you know...
Bottom to fanny, strangely.
Yeah. So the point is that the Victorians never covered piano legs at all. It was just to protect them from being damaged if they did. Why did the Victorians legislate against male homosexuality but not against lesbian... Oh, That's... Thank you, and we can... Moving on. Why... Oh, dear. Why didn't they legislate against lesbianism in the same thing? Yes.
Holly and the ivy.
Because I, Queen Victoria, simply didn't believe that women got up to such scurrilous activities.
Yes. You're really going right for them, aren't you?
Get that one.
It
Happy
is.
Christmas to me.
You know, the fact is there's no truth in that odd rumour that Queen Victoria had them cut out any reference to lesbianism because she thought it didn't exist. Even if she'd questioned the law, she would have sparked virtually a revolution. that she had no power whatsoever to have any influence on any legislation. It would have been completely unthinkable. Do you know the name of the law? It was in 1885. It was called the Labouchere Amendment. The first famous case of anybody being sentenced under the Labouchere Amendment was Oscar Wilde, who got 2 years hard labour. And in fact, the judge said that you have been the centre of a circle of corruption of young men is impossible to doubt. This is the worst case I have ever tried. It is my duty to sentence you to 2 years at hard labour. The maximum the law allows, in my opinion, nothing like enough. And a week earlier, he said this is the worst case I'd ever tried. A week earlier, he'd tried a case of child murder. Right, that's the kind of attitude they had then.
Would you say he was a closet?
He may have been. But it was an extraordinary thing, though. Of course, the Wilde case obviously precipitated an immense change in British cultural life in many ways. Soldiers, like your good self, used to walk arm in arm in Hyde Park. They had done for 100 years. Men would walk arm in arm or arms linked, as they do in the continent still. And as soon as the Wilde case came up, everyone, just men stood exactly, never touching each other, and it was a whole different way of behaving like that.
That's because that bloke used to nick my medals. If I used to have hundreds of medals. Somebody got the one.
So it was all...
Got that one?
Yeah.
And that was from a Quality Street tin.
Legislation against lesbianism seems never to have been considered. Certainly Victoria would have had no power to block it, had it been. You would have noticed that there is that rare thing that we're enjoying at the moment, and that's a Christmas show that hardly mentions Christmas. We've had the odd mention of it, but I want to know what Winterval is. Does Winterval mean anything to you? Have you heard of it? Yes.
Political correctness gone mad.
Is there a special law? If you get every one of these, then they're completely null and void.
But, no, it's this typically British thing. I can guarantee, probably, if you're reading a newspaper today, round about Christmas, there will be some tiresome old fart who will have written about, you know, there aren't any more office parties, and for political correctness reasons, there are no decorations in offices, and they're calling it Winterval so as not to offend minority religions. It's absolute bollocks. It just isn't true. 95% of all offices are decorated. There have been more office parties year on year, every year. And Winterval was simply a commercial campaign.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Double team logos.
Something just ran across there really fast.
Yeah.
I think it was a velociraptor.
But that's the point. It was a promotional campaign. It was nothing to do with...
I remember the Birmingham City Council.
Birmingham City Council.
My brother was on the phone to me. He's going, yeah, bloody Birmingham City Council, the Winterval, the PC, gone mad.
And it's all nonsense. It wasn't anything to do with that. It was a campaign for local businesses. It was just a thing. We'll, you know, from November to January, we'll... You're very upset by that, aren't you?
It's running all the way around the building. And then just going across. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, dear.
Hey, just doing that. Wait for him. Just
OK.
Could be ages.
I don't want to look at that one now, because I miss it. Forget it, he's not coming.
Don't change channel. All the way out on the south bank.
You know, there'll be people watching this going, Christmas isn't what it used to be. I tell you. Who said the Morecambe Wise show? Angela Rickman tap dancing. Now we're watching a strange animal.
It's the little things in life.
It is. Yeah, the point is, despite what you're probably going to read in your newspapers, as I say, from hoary, boring old... It's your fault for reading the Daily Mail, let me put it Contrary to stories carried in the papers every year at Christmas, Winterval is not a PC attack on Christmas Day, you know, by the City of Birmingham or anyone else. It was simply a promotional campaign that they ran for 1 year, 11 years ago. Lastly, not so much a question as a piece of solid practical advice. What's the best way to stop your children peeking at their presents before Christmas Day?
The holly and the
Yes, Joe Brand.
Don't get him any.
I've got it.
Disappointment.
I got it.
Yeah.
You do what I do.
Yeah.
Just buy all your presents on Christmas Eve from a petrol station.
You really are the spirit of Christmas, aren't you?
And everyone's face when you open the barbecue fuel.
Ooh, special.
Oh,
Haribo.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Blind them.
Blind them? But that would certainly do it. Yeah. A little extreme,
They climb
perhaps.
up the top of the wardrobe.
Bury them in the garden.
Well, this is a story from last year. In Rock Hill in South Carolina, a mother convinced the Rock Hill police to arrest her 12-year-old son after he unwrapped a Christmas present early. The police came to the house and he was arrested.
Right, that's it. I'm calling the police.
Exactly that! It was that!
Was it a gun he'd unwrapped?
I think we may understand a little more about the family when he was a 12-year-old son. The mother was 27 years old, which means she must
my
have been
God.
15, I think. when
14 in conception.
And it was a Nintendo Game Boy Advance that was under the tree. And his great-grandmother, who was only 63, specifically told him not to open this particular popular handheld game console.
How old was the boy's wife?
Yeah.
Go and help his wife, who was in labour.
Anyway, he took it without permission. He wanted it, he just took it, said the great-grandmother, and so they called the police. He was released the same day, but apparently he showed no remorse.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'd love to have been around their Christmas dinner. What a happy day that would be. Where's the cranberry? You forgot the cranberry. I'm dialing 911. You bitch. Why?
Oh, dear. Well, my goodness. That seems to be it. So, speaking of remorse and not showing it, it's time for the scores, which tonight, I think, should be in old money. So, in last place, it can come as no surprise. Minus 33 farthings. Joe Brand! And in third place with minus 8 pennies, Sean Locke! In second place, with 8 bob, Bill Bailey. Do my eyes deceive me, ladies and gentlemen? It could only be Christmas. Our winner, with a grand sum of 10 guineas, Alan Davis! Whoa! So, with the wind of change blowing about our ears, it's time to pull down the flag for the last time in this series and to say good night from Mr. Bailey, Master Locke, Miss Brand, my rascal Davis, my humble and obedient self, and from the show on which the sun never sets. A very happy Christmas from me, and good night.